What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa checking back in. And I just want to say, first things first, thank y'all so much to the Rich Gang family, because today I got a very special banger for y'all. As you can see, I am bringing y'all some more gameplay of my 99 overall Vince Carter build. Now, I'm telling y'all, in this video, it's going to be a little different. I'm going to be telling y'all why I like this build so much. I am not going to be editing any of this gameplay, y'all. I want y'all to see every single thing that goes on when it comes to this build. So one thing that I'm going to say right now is that this build is honestly one that is going to give you so many clips, y'all. This is going to be such a fun build to use when it comes to the rec as well as the park, y'all. This is literally a demigod to get any type of animations that you want. You get all of the dunking animations, you get the pro dribble moves. You could always shoot with the amount of shooting badges that we have, which is 7 with this build. I'm telling y'all, I have been hitting fader threes, mid ranges, and I green these shots that go in, y'all. So you necessarily do not need over an 85 3-pointer like a lot of people tell y'all. With this build, I get that exactly once I hit 99 overall. So that's the thing that is a real positive with this build, because once you get an 85 3-pointer, you can consistently green your shots. And with the 7 badges that I use, I'm telling y'all, I am not gonna be putting out any video that isn't gonna help you. This build can literally shoot threes from anywhere as long as you time your jump shots right. I am bringing y'all so much gameplay that has proven that already. And honestly, I like the fact that I made this rare build to be my main, a 2-way post scoring playmaker. Now, as you can see, when I use this build, I like to use it as a center. I wanted to focus this build mainly to be a big man that can dribble. So that's the thing that I wanted to make different from other big men, because a lot of centers can't dribble, and this is a center that you're able to use at the 1 or the 5, y'all. I know that a lot of people did not consider if their build is going to be able to run the positions 1 through 5, and that's exactly what comes with this build when you make it. You can put it at any position and it's guaranteed to have success there. When I use this build in the rec, I normally am the one jumping for the ball. I normally run the 5 as well, and it works out perfectly, because when I have that center on me who isn't as fast as I am, with this build, I'm going to get close to a 90 speed when it is all said and done, y'all. Your acceleration is up there, your vertical as well. You're going to have a 90 plus stamina. I'm telling y'all, this build is super OP. Your driving dunk is 99 as well, so it does not matter how big the person in the paint is. You will definitely be dunking on them and getting all of the contact animations that you want, y'all. Now, if you want to make this build, I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description. But before you make that decision, I'm telling y'all right now, right here, before you do this, this build is not for everybody, and I'm going to tell you why right now. To get the max full potential out of this build, as far as when it comes to the playmaking and shooting, and you can even say on the defense, because honestly, you already get all the contact animations. You have a 95 driving layup off rip, so the 99 driving dunk is something that you're gonna have to wait for. But if you're looking to get the pro dribble moves, you have to wait until you hit 99 overall for that. And you also have to consider the fact that you have to wait till 99 for the 85 3-pointer, y'all. And 85 is what gives you that consistency to be able to green your shot, y'all. And that applies when it comes to your mid-range as well as your 3-pointer shot. I can't say it applies for the post control as well as the close shot, but honestly, I can only say that it would make sense that it does apply to those as well. Now, with this build, I specifically made it to where my interior defense as well as my perimeter is the exact same. So it makes no difference whether I'm in a situation where I have to switch onto a guard or switch onto a center, because I'm going to be able to guard him with the same amount of strength and the same amount of attributes. Now, what I'm saying by that is pretty much this build can guard anybody. It does not matter what height or what their weight is. As long as you make it exactly as I do, you literally have the best build possible. And right here, I'm telling y'all, you can shoot corners. You can even be a spot up with this build when it's needed. But when I got this gameplay, I did not know about the badge heat seeker, so I did not get my takeover as much as I wanted to. But I'm telling y'all, once you go ahead and add that badge heat seeker, honestly, it's so OP because you could go ahead and pick any takeover, whether it be lockdown, glass cleaning, playmaking, sharpshooting, it does not matter. As long as you have that heat seeker badge, go ahead and get 2 style dunks or just normal dunks, and I'm telling y'all, you're gonna be able to get your full takeover really quick, y'all. And that applies for other things like team takeover. In the future, I got gameplay of teams where they literally get their takeover off of 1 shot, and they have a full team that has their takeover for pretty much the entire game. But let's go ahead and get into the second gameplay of these 2s, y'all. As you can see right here, I'm gonna go ahead and get the early contest, and from here it's gonna be all ISO. You already know what I'm doing, but 2K goes ahead and gives me a block, y'all. I'm telling y'all, for those who have a 95 driving dunk or even in the 90s, every single time when you have an open driving lane for a dunk and your player goes up for a layup instead, don't you think that 2K needs to fix that, y'all? Because once they do, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be a much funner game. It's going to be more rather a contest, or you're going up for the dunk and you're going to catch a body. I'm telling you, I feel like that's how it should be. But instead, they force them to give you the layup. But that's a conversation for another day. But as you can see right here, I'm literally just boarding over any build that I come across, y'all. I have done this against centers that are 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot. It does not matter. I win a lot of jump balls well when I play other game modes. And that's another thing that I have to say that I like about this build, is that I can take it to any game mode and I'm guaranteed to have success with it. Now, as you can see right here, 2K goes ahead and gives me that animation. I had a wide open 3, and y'all already know that I would have greened it if I got the chance, but it's still early, so we're gonna go ahead and get right back on defense. Y'all already know that's no problem, and I think that's what makes this build so good, is that you can switch onto any defender. And I feel like that's a major problem when you have a player on the opposing team that can literally guard anyone, because if you're screening them, it really doesn't make sense to do that, because you're able to switch on any player. It does not matter how tall they are, how small, everything just comes down to how good you are at defending them. And as I say that, I get blown by on an animation, y'all, but that's all right, because y'all already know we're gonna step it up. We're already gonna go ahead and get a turnover, y'all, so I'm not worried about it. But again, with this build, I like to try out different types of badge setups. I feel like when it comes to the shooting, I really have to be creative, because like I said, you only get 7 shooting badges with this build, so you really do have to be wise with the ones you're picking, because you do not want to put on a badge that isn't gonna help you at all. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, let's say you're using tireless shooter, but you're only taking 2 to 3 shots a game when it comes to park, yo, that would make no sense to have. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even the smallest amount of badges, whether it be on bronze, silver, I'm telling y'all, there's just so many different setups that you could go with, and I'm guaranteed to help and find someone that's gonna like a setup that I have, y'all. And that's what I'm trying to do, is just show y'all different ways that you could go about, because you do not have to follow everything that everybody does. And as you can see with this build, you will be getting a lot of fun animations when it comes to the slashing, y'all. As you can see, Vince Carter was just pointing at him, and that's the thing that I mean, y'all. Like, when it comes to the shooting, yes, it's very cool. You can be pulling from half court, even past half court, but I feel like every year you tend to get the same animations. But when it comes to the slashing, you know, like the contact dunks, the alley-oops, pretty much everything, there are so many different animations that I feel like you get. And the thing is that you can't put on those animations, they're just rare, y'all. And it's the same thing when it comes to ankle breakers. You get so many different types of ankle breakers that you might have not seen that other people have, y'all. So it makes it very unique. I feel like if they change that a little bit when it comes to the shooting, if they add a couple new animations that your player will randomly do, I feel like it's going to make it much more fun. But as you can see, when it comes to the alley-oops with this build, as long as you follow through and circle around off a screen and roll, you're literally going to be dunking on everybody. This build gets contact dunks on any build. Like I said, you have a 99 driving dunk, so you're definitely going to be able to dunk on anybody. Does not matter if it's a lockdown build. I have literally dunked on people who have their lockdown takeover, and I'm telling y'all, this build just shows y'all how OP it is, especially when you get your lockdown takeover. I have so many times where I start to press press ball in the threes court, and it makes a huge difference. But as you can see, we're greening out here. Now, 7 badges, I'm telling y'all, this build is literally gonna break the game. You get 70 plus badges, so you have a lot of finishing, a lot of playmaking, and a lot of defense, y'all. There's so many different things you could do with it. You could even break ankles with this build. So I'm telling y'all, this is a really fun build to use, especially if you want to get clips. As you can see, I'm gonna ISO for the final win, and that's gonna be the gameplay I have for y'all if y'all watch this entire video through. Thank y'all so much to the Rich Gang family, as well as any new supporters. Be sure to run up those likes. Go ahead and hit that sub button if you're new, y'all. And I just want y'all to know that I love y'all with all of my heart, and I'm gonna continue to drop these bangers every single day. But man, thank y'all so much again. Go ahead and share this video with your family and friends. And last but not least, turn on post notice so y'all can see when I upload every day. Man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.